Che cos'è un parco scientifico e tecnologico?
What is a scientific technological park? It's a blend of science and enterprise aimed at boosting the competitiveness of a local area. There is a management board in charge of each park, which clearly plays a fundamental strategic role. This board obviously has to be outstandingly skilled in accomplishing effective technological transfer and in setting up training and education schemes for business concerns, public administrations, and obviously for the park itself and similar parks. It also has to be able, and this is increasingly indispensable, to build up international networks of science and enterprise.
Di scienza e impresa.
Io sono certo che il significato di maggior valore dei parchi scientifici e tecnologici.
I am convinced that the most valuable feature of technological and scientific parks in Italy is that they can attain critical mass in a mainly industrial environment containing small or medium-small businesses. This is thus one of the elements that really acts as an enormous boost when faced with the global changes underway in the world industrial system.
In atto nel sistema industriale mondiale.
The park is worth a great deal, and our park has a value that's felt above all in the local area. Indeed, every park has a value felt in the local area, but if this network didn't exist, it would stay firmly rooted in its local area. How can we quantify this difference? I don't think it'd be outrageous to suggest a factor of 100.
Today there is a network connecting the various scientific and technological parts of Italy. It creates links, provides services, promotes activities and fosters collaboration. It is called Apsti, the Association of Italian Scientific and Technological Parks, and counts more than 30 parks as members from north to south. 600 high-tech businesses operate within it, employing over 16,000 people. It includes 170 research centres.
Apsti
is becoming, in its small way, an increasingly important tool in this country. It's a union of the most diverse, complex, well-structured businesses, but it has been shown beyond doubt that when they are linked in a network, they really can lead to and increase the competitive growth of a new generation of businesses, centres of excellence, centres of expertise, universities. In short, we can really begin to think about constructing a new system, a chain of innovation in our country. This is our mission, and we are hard at work on this with the strongest conviction.
Apsti's work is mainly carried out through its commissions, which are made up of experts from the various parks, each of whom deals with a specific sector and studies strategies aimed at enhancing this great network of Italian innovation.
Internationalization is undoubtedly a competitive factor throughout the whole Apsti system, for two reasons. First of all, because it allows businesses living and working within the Apsti network to improve their productive performance. At the same time, it allows work to be done at local level to generate and prepare other businesses with international aspirations, thus creating added value for the various territories involved.
The Commission for Networking and Innovation Finance, which I coordinate, has a brief of making available, first of all, a vast range of innovations, knowledge and research to businesses in Italy, thus allowing new enterprise to prosper, as well as the insertion of business financing systems into the network, a task which involves venture capital and angel investors, those guardian angels who have the job of guiding, as well as providing finance to young people, allowing them to develop new ideas and new businesses and thus increase overall employment in Italy.
L'ultima nata tra le commissioni Apsti è la Commissione Laboratori.
The most recently set up Apsti Commission is the Laboratories Commission. This commission is enormously important in that, curiously, it is a commission that was started from bottom up, in the sense that one of the technological parks had devised a portal which gathered and made available information on all the laboratories it worked with, or those located in parks or universities with which it liaised. This venture was deemed to be extremely important by other parks, who then decided to create a sort of network of networks of laboratories which could serve their needs.
alle nostre realtà.
These commissions have in some cases made use of new instruments for increasing collaboration and offering standardized services to the whole local area. An example, the agreement drawn up by parks operating in the agro-food sector.
Thanks to this agreement, we have managed to put online all the services developed by national food agriculture parks. This means that an entrepreneur of the north can make his innovations available to a business in the south and vice versa, thus making the whole national food farming sector more competitive, allowing it to compete at a national level in an increasingly global market.
In un mercato che ormai è sempre più globale.
Every park integrates the needs of businesses with the rich resources of universities, research centres and other centres of excellence. This is a meeting point for scientific research and the production of goods and services. Support is provided and optimum conditions for new ventures are created.
I parchi scientifici e tecnologici sono nati per ottimizzare.
Scientific and technological parks were set up to optimize and boost processes of research and development for economic and productive purposes. Now globalization demands that they should also be distinguished by their development as a hub of interrelation and connection and be able to access the most advanced skills and promising technologies at international level in order to provide support for the in-park businesses in devising new products. They should be able to tap the synergy and knock-on effect triggered by collaboration to become more competitive at national and international level.
Apsti wishes to highlight and unify all these interesting and innovative scenarios so that the parks thus become a kind of stakeholder in the business system. Indeed, this is what happens in the strategic sector of biotechnology.
Cosa rappresenta il sistema e la
What does the system and network of technological parks in Italy represent? For Assobiotech and for the biotechnological industry, it represents an important frame of reference, both as an amalgamation of parks, thus as a stakeholder who helps us all fly the flag of innovation in our country, as well as the individual parks, which are an essential reference point and partner for the single biotechnological businesses associated with Assobiotech. A park operating in the sector of life sciences and biotechnology has to integrate effectively and systematically the needs of both research and industrial development. To achieve this, we need a favorable environment, contacts with high-quality universities, and the provision of technical and scientific services of the highest order. Also, the presence of the large pharmaceutical groups in the parks is essential for the development of research and for the birth and growth of new biotech businesses. In fact, large industrial groups are present in 40% of shareholdings.
È il 40% dell'azionariato.
But the parks offer a great deal in other sectors, often directly linked to the economy of the area in question.
Certainly, integrated services are provided, since our research, including the most basic research, tends to focus on the needs of the local territory, the needs of breeders, farmers, and the food processing sector. There is an excellent level of coordination among the Italian scientific and technological parks, as can be seen from the participation in projects of common research and from the search for complementary aspects in scientific research.
Le nanotecnologie consistono nella modifica di materiali.
Nanotechnology is the modification of materials on a very small scale at atomic and molecular level with the aim of attaining a far superior performance when compared with traditional materials. Some examples might be a sun cream which contains nanoparticles to avoid burning without, however, being too dense. Or the anti-scratch or anti-wear and tear covering we can put on a door handle to avoid it getting damaged.
Per evitare di danneggiarla.
The research carried out in Italian scientific and technological parks is undoubtedly of the highest level, and the parks offer strong support to local businesses, making them more competitive at national and especially international level.
A livello nazionale, ma soprattutto internazionale.
We are in the centre of the city of Turin, in a scientific and technological park that is also an ecological park, a green park where mothers and children can come and play. It is also a park involved in renewable energy and technology. Measuring 30,000 square metres, it produces no CO2. It produces energy for itself, for its own businesses and for others. It has been one of the Italian park's greatest successes, and it really can become an instrument for promoting this new culture of green economy and for raising awareness with regard to renewable energy. And I believe that the coordination functions of the park are essential in that, through this kind of network, we can create in Italy, as happens in other parts of Europe, the optimization, the awareness that is the fruit of the application of research.
We're in the Institute of Applied Genomics in Udine. We're the biggest sequencing centre in Italy and one of the biggest in Europe. For Italy, it's a novelty to have a sequencing centre of such a size, given that Italy has never featured much in the genomics sector. It's no coincidence that we were born inside a sci-tech park, since this type of centre requires substantial investment that can only be justified if there is the direct involvement of industry, which finds in the parks an ideal place for creating the right blend of public and private research. We're not the only genomics centre inside a scientific park. For example, there's a very big centre in Lodi, mainly involved in genetics as applied to animals in the agricultural sector.
Incubators accompany the birth and early development of businesses, i.e. their start-up, providing facilities, services and consultancy.
I would say that these are the most important aspects for a good incubation process. Physical spaces suitable for accommodating new businesses at start-up stage, people who have come up with new technology-based ideas, and facilities that assist these people in becoming good entrepreneurs.
An incubator really works. A brilliant idea can be turned more easily into a high-quality business. There are numerous examples of successes, and experience has proved more than positive in a number of extremely varied contexts.
In a context like this, specifically a context of local development, which is the case in the west of Naples, in the area of Bagnoli, the incubator has long been important as a springboard for development, benefiting as it does our technological businesses, which are chiefly in the ICT, environmental and aerospace sectors. These are all extremely important strategic sectors for the Campania region and bring an enormous advantage, added value, benefiting from the aggregation of local businesses and those being incubated. Indeed, this model of added value gives a kind of trickle-down effect on the whole local territory, boosting the development of all the other companies to be found in the Campania region.
In this area, the Friuli-Venezia Giulia region, it was decided to try out a specialist information communication technology incubator, since we know that at national level there's very little ICT among businesses. In our region particularly, it is not used as it should be, that is, as an instrument that increases business competitiveness. Its professional methods have, however, been adopted considerably by the University of Udine, which had one of the first IT faculties equipped with researchers, students and graduates who have applied these skills successfully in the business world.
We have 1,200 square metres dedicated to research spin-offs and innovation startups. Our aim is not just to make them users of the scientific park and incubator, but also real partners. All our spin-offs then become stakeholders in developing research projects and technological transfer projects. Traditionally, spin-offs have been penalised by few financial resources, and helping them to find such resources via EU schemes and national funding is not just a way of supporting these activities financially, but also of placing them firmly in larger networks, and specifically those relating to our own local area.
For a number 3 in Tuscany, 2 in Friuli, Venezia Giulia and Lazio, and 1 in Piedmont, Sardinia, Campania, Molise and Puglia. This is a map of in-park incubators.
We are seeing increasingly across the country that if we have a park, more often than not we will find an incubator inside. It is an extremely important element, and often it can come to define the kind of production offered by these facilities, these scientific and technological parks. I've been able to confirm this through my own direct experience as director of an incubator in a technological park, and I have to say that the results obtained so far have been positive and substantial. But this is not enough for us. We want to improve, and to do this we intend to compare our experiences, assess our strong points carefully, but also consider our weaknesses. This idea of incubation is one of the most important and fundamental dimensions of Apsti.
The ability to innovate in the Italian economy stems from all this, from these people, from these ideas, and from these increasingly large networks. In short, Apsti helps the parks to help the country grow.
Our ambition is to build up a situation of permanent collaboration among the Italian scientific and technological parks so that they become one of the engines for innovation-based development. And innovation-based development is the future for our young people and children. It's the future for competitiveness, and it's the future that will create better living conditions worldwide. And so we have to push for innovation, ensure there is no waste, no overlapping. The parks have to become a system, a cohesive system, a coherent system, a productive system. This, then, is Apsti's mission. It's what we do every day and what we intend to keep on doing for the foreseeable future.